Donald Trump Jr. may have found a potential wifey. After his marriage to Vanessa Trump went up in smoke in 2018, Don Jr. coupled up with former Fox News host Kimberly Guilfoyle, and the two have been Instagram official ever since. Think these two are a match made in heaven? Here's why this pair is a little strange. You would think that someone who just got divorced might want some alone time before jumping right back into the dating pool, but not Donald Trump Jr. He wasted no time on the singles market after Vanessa Trump filed to end their 12-year marriage in March 2018. The divorce was finalized in less than a year, when Don Jr. was already months into his new relationship with Fox News host Kimberly Guilfoyle.
No pressure.
No pressure, right? What could go wrong?
The couple was first spotted arriving together to a presidential reception, with a source confirming to Page Six. Don Jr. and Kimberly are seeing each other and are having a great time. While he wants to respect the privacy of his family, he is getting divorced, and he enjoys Kimberly's company. It seems that Don Jr. and Guilfoyle knew each other long before they ever started dating. While we can't confirm exactly how they made the jump from friends to lovers, the pair have definitely run in the same circles since at least 2007, according to the Daily Mail. At one particular event in 2008, Don Jr. appeared with his arm around his then-wife, Vanessa Trump, while Guilfoyle and her second ex-husband, Eric Valenci, stood next to them. We're not sure whether the foursome went on a double date or if it was just a random meetup, but the two couples knew each other well enough to take a snap together. While it's awkward that Don Jr. and Guilfoyle were photographed alongside their exes, a possible larger story was revealed thanks to a former photo of Guilfoyle with Vanessa Trump. In the shot, Vanessa had placed her arm around Guilfoyle, and the two appeared basically as if they were besties. While this photo was taken long before Guilfoyle moved on with Vanessa's ex, it still makes us wonder when the sparks really started to fly.
I guess I'll have some popcorn.
Yeah, you're like, okay, let's have some snacks.
We'll get on Twitter, talk some smack, and have a little bit of fun with it.
Guilfoyle wanted a spot in President Donald Trump's inner circle long before she came to the family dinner table as his son's +1. Sources say she first tried to become a Trump insider in 2016 when she lobbied for a job with her now boyfriend's father. According to Mediaite, Guilfoyle was spotted walking into Trump Tower in October that year, sparking rumors that she was in talks for a job on Trump's communications team. Sean Spicer wound up getting the job, but Guilfoyle's name came up for the position again in 2017. At the time, Guilfoyle told the Mercury News, "It would be an honor to serve the country." Fox News didn't seem to want to let her go though, telling the Associated Press that she was under contract. So what was really going on? According to The Atlantic, Trump apparently wasn't feeling her vibe. One former aide reportedly told the outlet, "Even Trump can tell the difference between the attractive women on Fox who have a little bit of substance and those who will be derided as airheads."
How much chocolate do you have in there right now?
In my mouth?
Yeah. 3 or 4 or 5 pieces?
One piece, but it's actually really delicious.
But the president obviously didn't think Guilfoyle was too much of an airhead, since he eventually gave her a spot on his roster. It just so happened to be after she started dating his son. According to a source for HuffPost, her chances of getting the job prior to dating Donald Trump Jr. were, quote, less than 0. Just about everyone wants their partner's parents to like them, and Guilfoyle seems like the poster child for winning over her man's folks. Considering President Trump basically branded her as the face of his re-election campaign, she appears to be a welcome member of the fam before she has even scored a ring. But sources say the president wasn't always thrilled about Guilfoyle dating his son. The Atlantic alleged in 2019, the family was friendly to Guilfoyle in person, but there were signs of disapproval. A source told the outlet that the media coverage that Guilfoyle and Don Jr. initially drew at a White House 4th of July event was not well received. The new couple supposedly outshone Ivanka Trump and husband Jared Kushner that day, which is apparently a no-go, the outlet reported. Don was contacted by an official informing him that he would need to clear his guests the next time he visited. And as Thanksgiving approached, the president made it known that Guilfoyle wasn't welcome to join the family at Mar-a-Lago.
We're going to go down to Mar-a-Lago. We'll be in Palm Beach with, my kids, her kid, my family, and my father. It's going to be interesting.
Spokespeople for Don Jr. and the White House denied the claims, but The Atlantic noted the president may have had yet another reason for being irked by the relationship, with a source claiming, over the years, Trump had frequently made suggestive comments about Guilfoyle's attractiveness. He has more than once inquired about who Guilfoyle was dating. While most folks get to fight for legroom and an armrest when they travel commercially, the rich and famous don't typically have to deal with these types of issues. One perk of having money is traveling large, so we're not surprised that Guilfoyle and Don Jr. do just that when they jet around the globe. According to U.S. Secret Service records, the couple spent over $23,000 on hotel rooms and roughly $31,000 on air travel for a 2-day trip to Paris in 2018. And let's not forget about the more than $10,000 they spent on renting 3 vehicles in which to get around. As HuffPost reported, the hotels wound up being so expensive that the agency had to seek an $8,575 lodging variance to make up for the overrun beyond the $14,460 estimate. Apparently, a hotel in Paris isn't supposed to cost the State Department more than $425 per day. Otherwise, it's reportedly considered an indulgence. American taxpayers typically foot the bill for some of these luxurious trips, but a spokesman who defended the couple's reconciled expenses told HuffPost that Don Jr. needs the extra security due to, quote, unhinged conspiracies created by left-wing outlets.
Good luck with that one.
The source added, he gets an astonishingly high number of death threats, and though he would much prefer not to be, for his personal safety, he has no choice but to be under Secret Service protection. Regardless of how she really felt about her ex-husband moving on so quickly, Vanessa Trump was quick to stand up for Guilfoyle when her relationship with Don Jr. was scrutinized in the press. It all started on June 12, 2018, when the Daily News suggested that Fox News should reconsider Guilfoyle's employment at the network if they wanted to be thought of as a legitimate journalistic outlet. The paper suggested, now that Kimberly Guilfoyle is reportedly having sleepovers with Donald Trump Jr., the Fredo Corleone of the Trump boys, while she's reporting on him, his father's explicit scandals, and the Mueller investigation, what Fox News, that fair and balanced network, should do is bust her down to courtroom reporter or fire her. She can't report on the most powerful family in the country while dating one of them. In a move that showed nothing but class, Vanessa came to Guilfoyle's defense, writing on Twitter, "The lengths people will go to attack a woman simply because she's dating Don. We've been separated for over 9 months and respect each other's decisions and privacy. We'll focus on raising our great kids. Would be nice if the press did the same rather than obsess over our private lives." Don Jr. also came to his girlfriend's defense, retweeting a Mediaite article calling the Daily News story, quote, absurd. The 2020 Republican National Convention was all about President Trump, but it also gave some of his biggest supporters a chance to shine. Most of the invited speakers appropriately represented the party, albeit virtually, but then there were Trump Jr. and Guilfoyle, who gave some infamously odd individual performances, which were deeply scrutinized immediately after.
And we stand for our flag.
Guilfoyle's speech was arguably the loudest. She enthusiastically shouted the entire 6-minute speech to a mostly empty room. The volume was so awkwardly pitched that memes popped up all over social media after she spoke, comparing her to a foreign dictator, among many other scenarios. Then there was Don Jr.'s speech, which showcased some considerably more substantial content. But as Late Show host Stephen Colbert put it,
either he's high or that's what happens when you live in the splash zone of Screamin' Guilfoyle. Just bring a poncho.
Actress Deborah Messing also commented on Don Jr.'s performance, tweeting, "Wow, Donald Trump Jr., you should have held back a little there. And one word, Visine."
Look to the man who did what the failed Obama-Biden administration never could do and built the greatest economy our country has ever seen.
Don Jr. called the negative comments, quote, pretty ridiculous during an interview with Fox and Friends, adding, when they can't attack the delivery, when they can't attack the substance, they gotta attack something. It's no secret that Don Jr. is an avid gun enthusiast, enjoys hunting, and is passionate about the Second Amendment right to bear arms.
You know, the Second Amendment means something to me. I mean, it's the Second Amendment. It wasn't like it was some sort of crazy afterthought that happened 100 years later. I mean, it's number 2, after the pretty basic rights of freedom of speech.
But what you may not know is that he and Guilfoyle almost didn't buy their $4.5 million Hamptons home because it didn't come with a gun room, according to the New York Post. A source told the outlet, one of the first questions Don Jr. asked was where he could store his guns. Nevertheless, the The couple wound up going under contract for the 9,200 square foot home anyway, with a plan to add a custom gun room later. The house sits on 3.9 acres in a gated community and features a pool with a waterfall, as well as close proximity to the beach and shopping, according to Realtor.com. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more Nicki Swift videos about people in the news are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.